Hello everyone, and of course it started to rain. Welcome to an episode of the Just for Fun Craft server. And I know it's been a really long time since I've been on. I think my last episode was around Christmas, and this one is past Valentine's Day. I'll try my best not to make a habit of that. But I had some medical issues that I was dealing with, and so really just wanted to get by that before I was recording. I was doing some other things at the time. But I have been working on stuff, so that's not too much of an issue. Mostly with the single player, I haven't really been on here on the multiplayer. Mainly because also my internet has been awful. Awful, awful. So you have Comcast to thank for that. And as you can see, they've actually been really booking it. There's a lot of new stuff going on. And this is the it's the Oliver Cool Memorial Park. Why does he need a memorial park? I thought he was coming back as a different guy. Oh, that's really sad. I don't like this park. It brings sad memories now. So, oh, Mikey's actually got his thing. I think it's up and running. At least he did. I took out the door, so that's progress. Killer Hunter has I think this is a block changer. You put in an iron block, you can pick a red block or a redstone block or a lapis block. And I think I have enough redstone. I'd look the other way though. That'd be really nice. And Catapuss gave us a diamond block, which I don't want to try to get with my hands. Which is very nice because we have 0 diamond. So that was extremely nice of him because I desperately needed some diamond. And we're going to go pick that up because I've had a sign next to it for a few days now and I kind of want to get it. He Rusto hasn't gotten his either. Might just take off that sign and take his with me. Alright, so thank you very much. Oh, JT just died. Oh, speaking of that, we actually have death counters. So that's going to be interesting. I just got done building a death counter in my single player. For vanilla, anyway. And we have death counters here. So this will be... I want to see how long I can keep myself from dying, but it won't take that long. I can already tell you. I think Killer Hunter wanted to go caving today, so we'll see if that actually happens. I might record it or not. Alright, so I got that, and oh, right, Rusto showed me, I think they shoved I didn't even get the Christmas gifts. I didn't get to open them. They were all pushed into a single chest. At least they were. I think they got taken from me. Oh, what a shame. Oh. Alright, well, I should have gotten to those quick, but no worries. Alright, just came back from the base to get some supplies. I think Catapuss has a small little project for us, and it has to do with his cake shop. And JT's been really getting it handed to him for the past few minutes. I think he's died like 4 times or so. It's pretty rough. Let's see if I can find his place. Oh, yep, there it is. Super original cake shop. Excellent. And his nether tunnel. Is that true? Oh, yep, there it is. I think we're actually neighbors. So I don't know how that ended up that way, but it does. And let me mute the creatures. Alright. So now I think all we need to do is... So basically, he wants it to where we put in a gold ingot and it takes it and then does its business. Alright, unfortunately, I actually went to go check and see if I had enough gold for a gold ingot. And I have 2. And that's not going to cut it. So I think what we're going to do is just build it with a gold ingot, and then he can replace the gold ingot whenever he wants. Alright, so instructions actually. Let me get rid of these two. I kind of want to build this without messing with too much of his stuff. We're going to need a back wall, and that's lava. Yeah, that's a little scary. Okay. Oh, about fell to my death. Alright. Kind of need a spot underneath it, so I'm thinking do it up like this. The logic will actually be sitting one underneath it because I need to get underneath the chest. So let's just go ahead and remove that. Yikes. This is where we'll put our hopper, which will accept our input. And actually, I'm thinking the way we can do this is, yeah, it's actually going to have to be quite a bit underneath it. So give me a second. I want to build the little frame that for us to work in, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so what I'm thinking is we're going to build a real simple one. There are ways to guarantee that it can't be overloaded with other items, but we're just going to keep it real simple since I don't think I'm getting paid for this, so it's going to be just something really easy. And I'm going to try not to change up too much of a design. I might have to actually push these two walls forward a little bit, just because it's going to make it really hard for me to hide some of this without adding in a lot more hoppers to kind of pull it away. So I'm thinking I'm just going to block it there. And we'll do it with the other side as well. And hopefully that won't be too bad. What I'm going to do is just do something up real quick. It's not really going to be a huge project. So don't think I'm going to be spending 20 minutes on it. It should take more like 5, I'm hoping. So let's get started. We will need a comparator to the side of it, because we obviously need to check contents. And we're going to pull the redstone around here. So let's do that. We can drag it through. Now this way we can actually... Okay, so it's on. And if it gets too much stuff in it, it should depower. Yep, so it depowers now. Put something underneath it that will be affected by this guy. When it drains up enough, which is this is its max. Yeah. It actually... Okay, good. I think I'm not going to use netherrack though, because it's kind of a common material here, and I'll use... bone meal. Alright, so that's kind of locked in place. Change first slot for price. Change. There. That way he knows we need actually one more item out of that. Now this thing technically accepts bone meal and then gold ingots, but if someone puts in bone meal, it will break it. So that's how that goes. Now if they put that in, it should do something. It's not actually taking in anything. Oh, it's getting powered by that guy. That'll be a problem. Alright, let me sort this real quick. Alright, so I just did a really, really simple redirection. Instead of having it stick up, I stuck it to the side, and now it's directly underneath it. And that should keep it fixed, I believe. Let me... Yeah, I think so. It looks like this thing is gonna catch one of the golds, so... Let's double check this. Okay. For some reason it looks like it's just going to accept one item out of it. Or if it accepts multiple items, is it going to clog it? So we get 1, 3. Huh. It's like it's just one item. So let me put one item there. Actually, that's where our extra gold's gonna come in handy. Alright, I just did a really simple redirection. Instead of sticking the redstone torch on top of this block, I simply moved it to the side. That way when it gets negated or turned on, it only affects that hopper and does that business and dumps it into the loot chest. So let's go ahead and... There we go. So now he's got a loot chest all set up, and I know it's not the most accessible, but at the same time you can't really make it too accessible to the customers. And I think what we gotta do now is set it up to where we can have this thing kick off a cake. Now I think one of the issues related to server lag is going to be that on a single player, this would probably kick out as many cakes as you put in blocks. And I think if you put them all in at once, it might get eaten. So we might need to build something a little bit more sophisticated here to negate it, and then kick a cake, and then turn it back on, then negate it, and then kick a cake, and then turn it back on. That way we make sure that if they put in 3 or 4 blocks, that they get their 3 or 4 cakes. So I need to go find out where the cake's being stored, and then I guess I've got to bring it down here. Alright, so I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I recorded this about 3 times, I think. The first time I accidentally didn't have it set on Minecraft, so it recorded my desktop when I did it. And then the second time I just really wasn't happy with it, so hopefully this will do. Now, let me show you what I've done. I think we left off on the loot chest, which is still here. I did change it to stone for now because I don't have enough gold to handle it. And I need to kind of show you how it works. So there's that. Now, if you know how the item filter works, the bottom redstone torch here gets deactivated when there's an extra item in there, which happens to be the item we want to filter. Same thing I just did here. I did literally the exact same thing, except I attached it to a redstone extender, which is just 2 NOT gates. So I negated it, gave me 16 blocks to travel through here, and right there I think was like the 15th or something. And then I negated it again, and then it's attached here to the dropper. So when we want to actually do a comparison, all we need to do is... not a comparison. When we need when we put in an extra item, this thing happens on 1 tick. So for every item we get pulled in, we're going to be able to get a cake out of it. And that should basically finish everything. I did have to move the dispenser over. I had it right next here to Bert, but Bert was taking some cakes on the side, so he couldn't he couldn't be trusted with it. So quite sad. So let's see how this works. All right, so pop in a cake. Pop in an item, and we get a cake out of it. And we put in 4 items. We get 4 cakes. So that's exactly, I think, what we needed to do. Now, I will say, if there are no cakes, you can still put money in it, and it will, or gold ingots, and it will take it. I unfortunately can't do a whole lot with it, mainly because of the way Catapuss has his stuff set up. So, if he wouldn't mind me tweaking just like a little corner here, or something of the sort, or maybe the upstairs a bit, I could easily get the refund system working, so it doesn't, you can't put any gold ingots that you can't get cakes with. So yeah, I mean, up here would be really easy to sort and get that all set up, but I think we're done with that. So I think I'm just gonna leave it as is, and didn't really change much of his design at all. I think I slid this back 1, and that might have been about it. I think I put that there too. Those 2 things, and changed that piece on the floor. And that's really about it. I didn't really want to get too invasive with his project here. I just wanted to add in a little bit of something so he can kind of automate that. If he'd like a little door here or something to where you hit a button and it opens up, that's completely fine with me. Just let me know what you like. And I don't think he's been over here in a while, because I left this thing open for like 3-4 days and nothing seemed to change in it. So I think he could always lower the price. Gold ingots are good. I think it's probably a more fair price than just the blocks. But anyway, we'll see how much time we have left, and then I will try to find something else. So be right back. Alright, so it looks like we have about 3 minutes left, which isn't enough time to start another project, but it is time to kind of take a quick look around. And when I came through the portal, I noticed that this was definitely different. It is sorry if I get this wrong, but it looks like it's a pranking store called Pranks R Us. Now, I have no idea what a pranking store actually entails, so this will be interesting. And if you take a look, built by JT, which he's getting quite a bit better at this. Yeah, I'm definitely liking the design. The floor is a little too much contrast, though. You have a very stark white and black. If you looked at it on a grayscale, you'd see very white, very dark. Can become an issue. But hey, yep, I agree with Catapuss here. I'm also taking a sign. And stocked by E.M. Rusto, which I've seen him. I think he's been on recently, but he, for some reason, has left this lovely diamond block from Catapuss. It was a Valentine's Day gift, if you remember. And he's just kind of left it here, and he's been on, so I'm really curious to see why he's left it here. Anyway, we have also something here for the board. And I desperately need a Respiration 3 Aqua Infinity 1 helmet. And because we got to do some work on our base, but I need to get in the ocean for that, and it's just extremely difficult, hard to see, and it takes forever to actually mine anything up, and just a pain. So hopefully someone can get me sorted for that. And it looks like we actually have a dragon fight set 11:30 p.m. 3/5/14, so March 5th. So that sounds completely fine with me. I can probably do the PM better than the AM, so we'll see. I will try my best to be there. Shouldn't be much of an issue. If I can, I'll have to go look at the calendar, but it should be fine. And oh, Killer Hunter logged in just in time for us to say goodbye. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.